We are live.
Hi. Hello. Good evening. Hi, Satyesh. Hi, Shetma. Hi, Prema. Hi,
Hi.
Rajat. Hi,
Hi.
Shankar.
Hello,
How are you
guys.
all doing? Good.
Awesome.
Okay, to all the people who have already joined in, big love to you all. 2021 is coming to an start. 2020 is coming to an end. So we're going to, get over all this, the COVID scare as such, right? And see what best we can do with what we've got, right? Many times, what has happened, I'm not sure about you guys. Every time I say that, hey, New Year plan, New Year resolution, I need to quit doing that. I need to start doing that. I need to start working out. I need to start eating lesser. I need to start taking more of healthy supplements instead of some other drinks, right? So it actually doesn't stick for a long time. Why? It's because these are not really linked to life goals, life purposes, and all those things. So today's episode, our Fortune Talks, we bring to you our GPS magic. GPS. Yeah, Fortune GPS. What is that? Goals, plans, and systems that is required for your life in every area, and that is what you will hear from each and every one of us. Stay tuned, and you know what, feel free to ask and any question anytime. Okay, do not hesitate. Just remember that fortune changes are here to change your fortunes, right?
Wow, this is amazing,
So
Vivek. GPS for your fortune.
GPS for
GPS
your
for
fortune.
changing your fortune. Wow, that's amazing.
Exactly. Exactly. This is called the fortune coordinates. GPS coordinates, fortune coordinates. Okay. Good. So let's begin. Discussing about what exactly is GPS and how we can actually have the goals, plans, and systems throughout in various facets of life, various areas by asking you some questions to our fellow fortune changers out here. So hey, Satish. People keep talking about GPS. G stands for goals, right? People keep talking about, hey, what is a goal that you have in life? What is the goal that I have? Are my goals good enough? Goals sufficient? Are they too? Are they like are they overwhelming me? Or am I playing like a small little game where I know my capacity is so much, right? So in your from your perspective, from your I think tons and tons of years of experience and expertise, what is your real take on goals according to you? Would you like to share some tidbits for all of wonderful listeners and viewers here?
Sure. Thanks, Vivek. Thanks for posing that question to me. So, for me personally, actually, when I was working for very many years in the corporate world, goals had no meaning to me at all. They were only theory for me. And for very many years after I started my journey in business, also, it was quite alien to me. Over the last few years, I've actually consciously adapted the policy of having goals, written down goals, revisiting it regularly, and all of that. And particularly, I'll tell you what's really worked for me personally. I'll tell you what has worked for me. What has not worked for me is of writing down amounts, figures, and saying this is what I'll achieve, this is what I'll go after on a monthly basis or an annual basis. That has not worked for me even till date. But what has really worked for me in the last few years has been especially goals that I've set for myself in terms of transforming people's lives and making their building leaders. That's worked for me beautifully. So now I've shifted
Just
my
one sec, Satish. You
yeah
mentioned one of your goal was to transform people and building
yeah
leaders.
yeah.
Wow, man, it's so powerful. I've not even heard of it before. I'm sure one of our Fortune, changes members would be putting this in the comment for our viewers to, view this beautiful quote later on. Yeah, go ahead, go
Yeah.
ahead.
So I felt that incidentally, everyone has got financial goals, everyone has got revenue goals and all of that. I said that I know will happen eventually. And I've already seen some, and at least hitting 25-50% of those marks quite early. But then I said, let me shift my focus towards transforming people's lives. So what I identify with are people who have got that hunger, that fire in the belly, as they call it, who are like me, irrespective of their age, irrespective of where they come from, irrespective of the background. If they have got this thing in them that they want to do something for their lives and other people's lives, I very totally resonate with them. And I identify with them. They are my brothers and sisters, and I want to hug them and say, boss, come on, let's do it together. So it's my mission now to at least achieve a system where I have at least 10 such leaders coming out from my team every year. And and they in turn at least transforming 10 more people on a regular basis, on an annual basis. So that's my goal as of now, and I think that that's giving me a lot of satisfaction more than anything else.
Wow, man. This is, I mean, usually I think, as you rightly mentioned, goals as what we think of as the year in the beginning of the year, what are the goals that you'll be doing only in corporate perspective, right? Personally, in personal life as well, I think we all can have goals in various areas, not just the money goals. Wonderful thought there, Satish. When it comes, we all know that you're like a powerhouse in network marketing. You're like the networking king, right? What are the systems that are available? Okay, or rather, how would the systems affect one's performance in network marketing? Linked to these goals.
Yeah. So I think systems are very essential, especially if you are leading a team. First and foremost, you need to lead yourself. So you need to start with some system, some guidelines that you need to have on a regular basis. And that is absolutely sacrosanct for your growth, because only when you can, first of all, lead yourself, will there be a team to be led. So that is a primary important thing that one needs to remember. So I have learned from a lot of great leaders. Many of them we all know in the public domain in India. They're doing exceedingly good work. So I followed them, and some of those templates that they've given, I've straight away copied and adapted that. That is number one. Number two is that I have certain things that I follow on a regular basis, because I feel, especially in solopreneurship, where you're having a team of virtual members who are working with you, it's very, very important that you have self-discipline. That's very, very important, because it's very easy to get, digressed and just take every day as it comes and take things very lightly. So self-discipline is very, very important for one to inculcate that. So you need to have some systems in place to ensure that you are your physical fitness, if you're in the wellness space especially, your mental fitness in terms of meditation, all those processes that you follow. The third thing is your processes in terms of getting people in, giving them information, giving them knowledge. And fourth, not the last, but the most important one is to lead the team by giving them some simple templates and systems for them to follow, so that they don't get like, my goodness, this is like very tough. It should be very easy for them to follow, like simple steps for them to follow, so that as soon as they come in, they have a system of like 1, 2, 3 levels. First level becomes very easy for them to get integrated into the system and work to the next level. So have those systems in place, and those systems are very essential. So two kinds of system. One is self-discipline system for myself, and second is system for my team, where we help them to ensure that we give the information to people, the right kind of people. We ensure that they get all the inputs for them to take an informed decision. And once they take the decision, for them to be integrated in the system and become leaders in their own right. So all of this is very important.
Amazing. Yeah. So Satish, when it comes to this, for the self-discipline, if you can just take a few seconds, is there any example that you can give? What kind of system that is available for someone to enhance their self-discipline? Say, for example, after like a long time, after batting a long time, I have now, I'm still learning, by the way. I'm still self-disciplining myself in so many areas. But now, when it comes to food, yes, I'm under control. Next is, waking up early in the morning, I'm under control by using systems. What system I'm talking about? An alarm, right? Or getting used to the fact that I have to sleep early, right? Apart from these, is there anything that which is like ready-made available for people?
Yeah. So basically, I personally got a system. I got a system where I follow some days of the week are actually dedicated for me to reach out to people. And in terms of doing my webinars or seminars, those days are fixed. Those timings are fixed in the week. Then there are days of the week which is dedicated to giving my team all the knowledge and inputs, and also helping them to give them a platform for them to showcase their talent and come out in the open. So I make the stage ready for them so that they can take over the stage and do the stuff that I'm doing it. Okay. So one system is about, one is in terms of the days of the week and the timing, which is very fixed for me, which are revenue generating activities. Then the second kind of system is for me to learn myself and to ensure that my team also gets some learning. So there is regularly some details that goes from me, because I am actually in the space of network marketing. So I don't actually look at creating content myself. Okay, I've consciously steered away from that. I only curate content, because what I do is I want a system which my team can follow also, irrespective of their background, irrespective of their ability. I want them to be able to follow it. So my system is such that I just curate content. I don't create any content. Okay, although there is this thing, restlessness in me to come on, let's make you also create content, but I don't want to do that, because if something which everyone cannot do it, if I do it, then it's wrong. So I don't do that. I just curate content. So that is second thing. And the third thing is, on a daily basis, I have systems for me to, time for me to do my jogging, physical fitness, or meditation, or my learning. There are fixed times in the day. Like, for example, afternoon is the time when I get little, like, I feel like dozing off. So those are times for me to step out of the house, make some, have some meetings, or have some, outside meetings outside the home, or outside the home office, and I do that. So that's what is my system.
Superb. Yeah, thanks a lot for your inputs. And now Mr. Fudge, my pet, he's here to ask some questions. So Chetna, what Fudge?
Hi. First of all, I would like to say hi to Fudge.
Say hi to everyone. So Fudge would like to know, okay, why, first of all, why goals, okay, and how goals really help us to stay focused. So can you shed some light on that?
Yeah, I think yeah. So I think Satish was sharing about its goals. Why goals is, first thing is you get clarity. And I always tell that clarity is power. Nothing miraculous can't happen in your life the moment you get clarity on what exactly you want to do. Right? So the first thing is clarity, what you get. And what I think all of us have dreamed, right? We have dreamed that we want my dream car, my dream home, my dream relationship, which okay. Can you all see me? Okay, can you hear me? I'm not able to hear you people. Is it okay? Okay, I'll cut.
We can hear you.
So all of us have dreamt about something, right? So dreams, what is gold is, goals give a structure to our dreams. So if without giving that structure, a dream will be just a wish for us, right? So I believe that why goals is the first thing is it gives clarity to you, right? So we can have goals in multiple areas of our life, be it your business, be it your studies, be it your career, be it your relationship, be it your contribution. So this is one thing which I think any areas of your life, you have to set goals for yourself, right? When I tell goals, why it helps us to stay focused is like you have to be more specific. What exactly I want. If I want reduce some 10 kgs, I've been telling about health. Okay, let me take something else this week. So if I have to earn $1 billion, so what is the thing? I should be very specific. I want to be a billionaire in the next 10 years, right? And it should be measurable, and you're very specific about the time bound also. And that is, I think when I tell 1 billion, that is a measurable thing. And I'm very specific that I want to be a billionaire and I am a billionaire. I mean, I think that's what that is. Be specific. First is clarity. Second is specific. Third is measurable. And you keep a time bound. That is in next 10 years. Right? So this is how goals help us to stay focused. If I have dream of achieving something, I will ensure I'll set up a goal, step-by-step goal in next 10 years, how I can become a billionaire, right? So that is one thing. And the other part is there will be obstacles. There will be principal constraints which will pull you down, which will come on your way. But know that, identify that what are the obstacles which you are coming across, whether it is your knowledge, whether it is your skills, whether it is your resources, whether it is the environment or the people around you. So to identify, first always is that identification of what is that obstacle which may come or which you are aware which is already there. Identify that, and the next thing is act upon it. Okay, so once you act upon it, then you'll, I think, reduce that whatever obstacles are there, then you will be very clear and you can start focusing on what exactly you want to do. I think obviously it helps us to focus.
I really like the fact, Chetna, how well you put across, not just just giving information how goals really help you stay focused, but the way that you hit upon the fact that obstacles are like a new normal, right? Yeah. So even though obstacles are there, how one can really achieve using the goals as to have your focus in place. Amazing. Just another thought and the question here, Chetna. Does one really have to have a system in place, to actually have goals? Okay, and how is it going to help really?
Okay, fine. So as you are telling about system, let me share, as I was telling in the previous, just few minutes ago, being specific and being clear, having the clarity of your goal is first step. And the next step is to set it right, plan it, write it down. I think always we all believe that once we write it down, that's where there is a coordination between your hand and the mind. So I think there are some terms which I'm not able to tell right now. I'm not sure about what term it is. But when you write it down, the thoughts and your coordination helps us to be more clear and more specific. First is write it down. The second is you have to see it. When I say see it, you have to write down and put it somewhere. It should be available to you whenever you're walking across in your room or in your office. It should be visible to you. Right. So when you are visible, it will be reminding you that this is the goal which I'm chasing. Even if you're lost the track, you will come back. Right. So third very important thing is to live it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I say live it, I was telling about a dream car. I think last time when we met, we were speaking about going for a test drive. So it's if I have to take my dream car, I think next year, then I have to experience it. I have to live that. Okay, I have this experience when be it for this example, be it for a car, be it for a house. If you want to billionaire, if you want to earn money, go and meet the entrepreneurs who have done that, who have achieved that. If you want your dream home, go and look out the homes which you want to build in, which is your dream home. Right? When you start experiencing it, you will feel that you are a part of it. So this is a very important thing where Vivek, rather than writing it, seeing it, when you feel and when you experience that goal about whatever you're kept for yourself, you will actually start attracting. So and you start paying attention to it. But when you start paying attention to it, obviously you will start putting your energy, put your actions to it. And when you start putting actions to it, there's no doubt that you'll not get the results. Right? So these are the three things which I would like to tell. Write it down. See it, make it visible to you, and carry your goal cards, whatever you're written. And third is very important thing is start living it. So start living it. So this will help you to I think align all the things, your thoughts, feelings, and actions. All the three things will be aligned, and you'll start working on those things.
So which means that for the systems, I think you hit upon thoughts, actions, right? So the systems that we talk about for the goals perspective is writing is a system, right? It's a habit that again is a system, right? Yeah. And second thing is, living it, right? Visualizing or whatever, thinking of its reality. And next is surround yourself with people who are on the same level of goals as yours, right? I think you'll be able to achieve results faster. Amazing. Thanks a lot, Chetna.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I would like to add on one more thing. So if we start doing this, so I want all of you to believe and live the life that you're dreamt of, and then come to the reality and challenge your reality that you're going and chase it until you achieve your dream.
There you go, bang on. That's the system we're talking about, right? Everyone talks about visualize and but getting to know your reality after visualization, knowing the gap, being aware of it, and chasing that. Wow, very powerful, very powerful. Thanks a lot, Chetna. Nice, good. And we have. I would like to, before I go to Prema, I would like to ask Rajat some questions that I have. Is it okay? Yes or yes?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Bring it on.
So, hey, Rajat. Now, from in the writing fraternities, because Chetna mentioned about writing, right? Because I thought it's good that we connect these dots and then ask you this. If someone wants to, for budding writers, okay, as me perhaps, or one of us who are writing the books, what are the realistic goals that these budding writers that they have to take up? Okay, and here I'm quote realistic goals, right? And how do you really define first of all what is realistic and not, right? So I think this is where there are a lot of confusion is there. People are like, it's clouded. So can you give some clarity for this, Rajat?
Absolutely, Vivek. And I really liked what Chetna did mention, right? Believe and live the life you have dreamt of. So, if you give me a minute, Vivek, before answering your question, just wanted to give little of my thoughts over there. That believe the life and live the life you have dreamt of. Well, I was reading one of the very powerful short snippet, and I so loved it that it's just not going out of my mind. I feel like sharing it. I feel like giving it to people because it's so powerful, and it's exactly what Chetna has been referring about. And knowing it's a last show of this year of Fortune Changer, Fortune Talks. So I like to pass my gratitude and thanks to all of you and all the audiences who've been listening as well. So, folks, I think I just wanted to share this little snippet, little story, how this come out. There was this person who actually was in a loan, in a huge debt. Huh? So we have two financial coaches anyway here, Shankar, Vivek, so they can relate very much to it as well. So there was a person who was in a very huge debt, and he went to his mentor, maybe I think Shankar or Vivek, I don't know, but yeah, he went to his mentor and he said that, hey, I would like to clear this debt, and I would seek your help. So the mentor asked, okay, how much is the loan? And the loan amount was very hefty. I think some 50,000 US dollars, what he was referring, that you need to give me this loan. You know what this mentor said to this person? He said, I'll give you the loan on one condition. I'll definitely give you the loan on one condition. What you require to do is you need to say thank you. You need to say thank you. Not once, not twice, 100,000 times. If you say thank you 100,000 times, come to me, I'll give the loan to you. Your loan will be cleared. That person agreed. That person felt that, okay, how much maybe it may take for him. Maybe every minute he may require to say thank you, maybe for a month, 2 months. And he started doing that. As he was doing that, he never went back to that mentor, because all the problems, all the debt, all the loan which he had cleared away, washed out. So I think I could relate the story when Chetna was mentioning that you need to believe in yourself, you need to dream the life which you would like to live. Just by saying thank you. The word thank you itself is so powerful that will wash out any of your financial stress, any of your mental, emotional, physical, spiritual stress. So I'd like to thank you all, pass my gratitude to all the people who've been listening this Fortune Talk as well, before I come over to this question which you mentioned, Vivek.
Rajat, if I can quickly, I suddenly remembered one of the very old story that I heard about 20 years back. So this is a very interesting story and resonates well with the context that we are into. So the classic battle that we see between the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. So there was this very bad fight, and the daughter-in-law goes to Swamiji and says, Swamiji, my mother-in-law sucks. She's like very bad. I want to kill her. I want to give me some poison or something so that I can take my revenge on her. So Swamiji smilingly listens to her problem and says, I understand, and I understand what you're going through, all of that stuff. Then he says, take this small medicine that I'm giving you. Okay. So what you need to do is every night you need to add 1 spoon in the milk. Okay. And give it to your mother-in-law. And when you give it, one smile, also say thank you. Genuinely say thank you from the bottom of your heart for what she has done on that day, and do it religiously for 60 days. So she asked Swamiji, will this really make her weak? Yeah, Swamiji said, definitely. You just do this religiously and come back and tell me after 60 days. So she does that every day for 60 days, and as your story also ends, all their problems also end. So the gratitude is real antidote to all our probable problems. So go ahead.
Correct.
Absolutely, Shankar. Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, very much. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so what I was referring is that there is a need of a gratitude, there is a need of believe in yourself, there is a need of living the life you have ever dreamt of. On top of it, if you add the goals, it's going to be diamond, not the gold, I guess. So yeah,
So
so I
does it
think
mean, Rajat, when someone is setting up a goal, do you think it's a good idea that people will really feel grateful for what they already have and then set up a goal? Is it more powerful? Does it work?
absolutely, absolutely. You need to be grateful. And as you were mentioning, Vivek, that the word you were emphasizing, realistic, it's very important to set the realistic goal, especially in
Yeah.
the field of writing as well. Book authoring is a Herculean process. It's not everyone's game. I think 84-85% people like to write the book, only 0.5% able to do it. Why? Because they don't set the realistic goals. I think what is required is you need to know what is your average word count that you can write on a daily basis.
Wow.
Average.
So that's a goal. Wow. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that is a realistic goal which you need to keep it there. And how do you get that? And in my coaching calls, I do the sprints, average word count sprints, where you are able to find out that how much is the average word count you can actually write. How you can do that is I can share it with you and the audience here, that 30 minutes, if you spend 30 minutes, just write and see, is it coming 400 words, or is it coming 2000 words, or is it coming 1000 words. Do that sprints multiple times. If you have time, maybe do 3 or 4 sprints in a day. If you don't have time, that's okay, do 30 minutes in a day. Next day again do 30 minutes. After a week, you're able to find out that my average word count coming out to be 600 words, for example. Once you know that your average word count is 600, again, take some cushion, take some buffer, mention it, say 500 words. And that is the goal which you require to put out there, that 500 words is what I'm going to write it out every day.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I think that is one very powerful tip which I will share it with you and all the audience here. That when you're writing, and when you're new to writing, if you're new to writing, I mean, there are authors who have been writing a book, 50 books in a year, two books in a week. There are some authors who like to really enjoy the process and write 2 or 3 books in a year. If you're a new budding writer, take a notepad, start writing 30 minutes in a day, like the Pomodoro technique, which has been there of 25 minutes. It's a sprint which you've been doing it. You're putting your plot as well. You're putting your stories, the connecting the dots and stitching, and some of the characters, and see how many words really come out in that 25 to 30 minutes. And once you know your average word count with some cushion, then take that as a goal and
Wow.
religiously track that. I think that's a tip number one, which I would say. Tip number two, I would say, of goals is that pull out your calendar, find out what sort of a busy days that you have. There could be days of your spouse birthday, there could be parent teacher meeting, there could be some days where you are sick, or your children are sick. That's why
Yeah.
I've been thinking of a cushion. See, end of the
Mm-hmm.
day, writing shouldn't be a stress to you. It needs to be a
Yeah.
stress reliever to you. So once you
And
plan,
obviously linked to a goal. Obviously linked to a goal, right?
obviously link to the
Amazing.
goal. And
Amazing.
I think that's what I was referring, the realistic goal. So
I
once
have
you
one more
know,
question for that, Rajat. Okay.
yeah,
So, I mean, at least the takeaway from here, from the goals for writing, is that one is you need to actually arrive at the realistic number of words that you'll write. And second thing is, have a time slotted. That also is a goal, right? Time goal. And that goal is what you want to achieve. Wow,
correct.
man. So, I mean, so easy you made it. Okay, amazing.
Correct. Yeah, I think good things come in simple, small packages, Vivek. So
Yeah.
things are very easy. We only make it complicated. So
I
yeah. So I think what I'm referring is, if you know your average word count, if you take a buffer, take a cushion, not don't take your spouse birthday, parent teacher meeting in your schedule, and ensure that buffer has been there, then I think it works out really magical. There are some systems also which you can use. Like I use
Yeah, that was the
system.
next question. What are the systems that are actually required as well as really used by the authors?
Of course, there are multiple systems which you can use. I mean, as I do say, the book writing, it's divided into four sections: planning book, writing a book, publish, marketing a book. Every section requires a lot of systems, and and that's why there is a need of an author coach, who's always been holding you, because 60,000, 70,000 words just don't come magical. When people don't put realistic goals, especially at the times like this, when you're sitting here at the end of month of December, you're very pumped in and said that, okay, I will write my book in next 10 days, and then you try to do one day, you are able to achieve, second day you missed it, third day you missed it, and then the goal ends on the fourth day completely. That's why these new year resolutions fail. It's very important to set the realistic goals, and the systems required, the coach required, who's been coming over to you, being behind you, using his empathy, sometimes been hard to you with your permission. So I do use one system which I can share with you. Other than, there are multiple systems in all the sections. I use Kanban system. So Kanban cards you may have heard of. That when you say that, if you put your post-its, like I have a whiteboard which I do mention it to all my students. Put a whiteboard, divide it into three sections. The very first section is what are the things that you're required to do. So say if you're writing three books, for example, so the Kanban first section will have, okay, this X book, these many words I need to write by this day, and you're slotting it, as you're saying, time slicing. Then you have put a complete plan over. For the second book, I'm going to do these many tasks. For third book, this is all the tasks which I require, which includes writing, editing, publishing, scheduling, marketing, all of that you just put over there. And then second section is in progress. What are the things which you require to do it now? Use that one thing that really, which is a major one, which is going to make your book come out with a deadline. Always ensure you have a deadline target date. Once you put that one thing over there, that okay, these are the tasks which are required to do in the second section. And once you achieve that, celebrate. Third section is awesome results. It's always better to see some of the good things which you have done it also already. Many times we take it for granted, that okay, I've done it, and we don't celebrate. So it's required to celebrate, especially in the writing space. When you are really digesting and writing a book, and with a lot of research, you require that celebrate wins, which you need to keep seeing it as well.
I think this is so important, Rajat. That's so important that our audience would love to see this. Whatever you're talking about the tool, can you paste that link in the comment box later on, during this live session, so that our audience will get benefited a lot about it.
Sure,
Great,
sure.
great. Thanks a lot, Rajat. Very good inputs from you. The realistic goals, realistic ones. So let's see how realistic. How many of you here would love to really, really lose weight? Really keep yourself healthy. Shankar is raising both the hands and going up straight, six, like that. All of us do, right? All of us do. All of us. So Prema, coming to that, simple question: why is a health goal really important? Yeah. And before you speak, only one goal that I would like you to achieve, Prema, is you to unmute yourself. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, health goal is important because you can't become a legend if you have no goal.
Wow. Yes.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yeah. So, if you want to become a legend, then you need to have a health goal, right? So, because setting goal helps trigger new behavior that is required in order to achieve health goal, and it also helps us focus on the end result. Plus, the goal itself helps align our focus, which will lead to self mastery. So it's good to have, like somebody was mentioning,
Yeah.
specific goal is very important. So similarly in health also, it's good to go one step at a time. So let's say maybe, start from there is no
Mm.
dream or a goal which is too big.
Yeah.
Okay, so but yeah, to make it easy, we can start with a small thing. Let's say maybe do you want to become free from acidity? So that's your specific goal,
Wow.
maybe for next 90 days. So it's good. So we have all been talking about writing down. So yes, it is very important to write down because it creates an alignment as you are writing it and your eyes are seeing it, and then it's again getting
Mm.
rewired in your mind. So writing down specific goal, and if you can just think about it, that is whatever goal, just by thinking about it, when the thought comes in your mind, that means you can do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you write it down, it becomes even more stronger since that rewiring starts happening. And yes, it's definitely important so that it is measurable and it's attainable and also a relevant goal. Because if we cannot manage what we I mean, we cannot manage if you cannot
Yeah.
measure something, and we cannot improve upon
Mm.
something that we don't
Mm.
properly manage. So also it's important to make sure that your goal is not measured in comparison with
Wow.
others.
This is
So
like,
like
I
I
think
keep
this is
telling,
hitting the
different.
deep into the heart. Don't compare your goals to others. Yeah. So true. Because I think
Yes,
that's
yes.
when goals
Because
become
especially when
even
it comes,
more stressful. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly, exactly. Because when it comes to health, what I every time keep reminding people is, everybody's bodies are different. In the first episode, also, I was talking about the example of twins. So let it be anybody, our bodies are different. The tipping point of where the results would come will be different. So that's exactly why, never, compare with others, and don't measure your goals in comparison with others. And yes, time is very important because it helps you to actually be focused, really focused, and
Amazing.
work in the right way. So let's
Mm.
say for acidity, like I said,
Yeah.
90 days. That's good enough. Not, you don't have to have a long time. And maybe something like a blood pressure, like you can say take it like 12 months, and something more chronic issues, you can have it for like more than a year. So time is very important because it helps you to keep running towards completing it before that 90 days or
Very good,
60 days,
Prema.
whatever you
This is
said.
a nice one that you mentioned, having a goal for every specific thing. It so happened, I think 1 or 1.5 years back,
Yes.
Shankar and me, we happened to be in Srirangpatna. And I think we had a goal that the goal was the next morning when we stay over, the next morning, we're going to get up and run. Okay. And he outran me for sure. So I'm sure is one of the goal for next coming 2021 is to make sure Shankar runs every morning. With me, Shankar.
It
Good.
is very important because most of us, what mistakes we do is I have to become healthy, but in
Mm.
what?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Overall health is important, but how you take it step by step is very important.
So that's taking the step by step, leads you to another question, Prema, for you. Okay. How does, if you say step by step, does it require a plan? And even if that's requiring a plan or not, how does planning help in achieving these health goals? Or what type of plans you suggest? If you can just take few minutes.
Sure. So planning is basically, it's a process of setting goals itself and making a schedule to accomplish that goal. Because planning is nothing but deciding in advance
Mm.
what to do, how to do, and why do you have to do. And when you give complete focus on why do you have to achieve this particular health goal, your how becomes easier. Usually what happens personally, even I have done these mistakes, right? So when I start thinking how am I going to become free of this particular health condition, my biggest stress is what am I going to do, and how am I going to do, how is it even possible to lose 10
Mm.
kg in the next 6 months.
Yeah.
And then it's really stressing.
Yeah.
But then when I think about why do I have to do this, so my answer is obviously to become healthy,
Yeah.
and it's going to help in so much. We when it comes to a particular health condition, right, you have always side effects associated to anything, to any health condition.
Yeah.
And as when you focus on why do you have to become healthy, let me tell you, sometimes chronic issues, okay, chronic health condition, you may not come out of that, but all those 10 other side effects which is associated to this chronic issue, you will actually start becoming free one by one, one by one. And just imagine
Wow.
that itself, you feel so good, right? So that is why your why is very important. When you focus on why you have to become healthy, why you have to become free from this particular health issue, your what and how becomes easier because it just happens automatically.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's very
Great.
important. And the planning also creates, it's like a bridge. It bridges the gap between how is your health now and how do you want to
You'd like to
transform
be.
your health from how your health is now and how do you want to transform your health tomorrow. And
Nice.
it also,
Any systems or tools that you know, Prema, that quickly, if we can just and maybe during this next, I'm going to be asking Shankar very in a minute or two. I'll be asking him some questions when it comes to stock market. Meanwhile, if we can actually think of a tool that is available for people to quickly use, to measure their health or to put a goal or put a plan in place, or if they have to get in touch with you, I'm sure you'll be able to help them, realize
sure,
their goals and
definitely.
planning, right? So
Yeah, definitely.
yeah.
So in the planning itself, if you see, in a broader sense, planning has 3 steps. So the first thing is writing down and mapping out the steps that we want in order to achieve this particular thing. And then you execute it by implementing whatever you've mapped out the steps and take action. And then you evaluate through your results. Uh, because, for example, there are two kinds of people, those with results and people with excuses. So we have to choose, people who are with excuses, you don't have to do anything. But if you are a person with results, then you just have to become stronger than your stronger excuses.
Stronger and stronger
Because,
excuses.
yes, you have to become stronger than your strongest excuses. Because no
Yeah,
planning leads to no development.
yeah.
And patience is very, very important. You wouldn't plant a seed and then dig it up every few minutes or every day to see if it has grown, right?
Yeah.
Similarly, don't keep questioning yourself or your hard work or your decisions.
Mm.
Just have patience, stop overthinking, and keep watering your seeds, your goal seeds.
Wow. Further, I'm going to give you a big, big, big high five, Prema. Okay, really nice ones. It really helped me. I'm going to perhaps consult you on my health goals. Now, I want to quickly jump over to Shankar, Mr. Shankar Kulkarni, Shankism, the stock master, stock market.
So, Vivek, before you ask me a question, last year I set my goals as running 5 kilometers every day, and I started running every day. Yes, I started running 5 kilometers, and I reached Mysore.
In 1 year's time, finally. Good one, Shankar. I think this comment has to go. Shankar ran 5 kilometers every day, and finally he reached Mysore. So, Shankar, coming to the GPS, right? The coordinates, life coordinates, fortune coordinates when it comes to the stock market. Um, how to use these systems to reach your goals, in anyone who's willing to trade, or anyone who's already in trading,
All right.
anyone who's planned to trade. Are there any systems to reach their goals in trading, right?
Yeah, so I'll keep it quick. I personally want people who are watching this. This is my personal belief: is to fall in love with systems, and goals are good for planning. Okay, planning the progress, but systems will actually are good for making the progress. So if you want to make the progress, then you have to have systems. So you might ask me, Vivek, what do you mean by system, and what is a goal? For example, we have the author coach Rajat here. So if you want to be a writer, okay, your goal is to write a book. But what's your system? As Rajat keeps on telling, it's your writing schedule. It's your writing hour. I call it as writing hour. So you can block your 1 hour or 30 minutes every day morning. That becomes your writing hour. So likewise, if you are a runner, if your goal is to run a marathon, your system is to training. If your system is the training schedule. So likewise, you have your, if you want to be a trader or the investor, you need to have a system. Okay, so system comprises of, I mean, if I want to go into the technical aspects of it, which stock, how much to buy, when to sell, everything included. I call it as, I've coined a word called complete trading system. In fact, that's what I've been doing in my Profit System brand. So that's what I've been helping people learn the system and thereby achieve their goals. So that's what I've been doing, Vivek. And goals are definitely useful for setting the direction, but systems will take you there.
Exactly. That's, your answers are actually leading to my next question, right? What are the trading systems that we talk about, right?
Okay.
And how can, let's say if I have to start using it, how can I use them to reach my trading goals in 2021?
Super. So I want everybody who, if at all you want to be a best investor or trader next year, the first thing that you need to identify yourself is as a successful investor. So you become a successful investor first and then make money, and not the other way around. Not a lot of people think is that you make money and then you become successful investor. Wrong. Okay, you become a successful investor or a trader first, then you will make money. And this is what I have taken a pledge for myself, to install this number one habit among the traders or investors who wants to convert themselves into a genius trader in 2021. So I'll be helping them with precise steps. Okay, basically I'll be installing them with about 5 habits, 5 rituals, 5 strategies, if at all they are looking at some technical strategies. Thereby they become the best version of themselves when it comes to trading and investing, and then money will automatically follow. So it's basically your mindset. You become a best trader. So which means from January 1 itself, I want everybody to start thinking and acting like the best traders or the investors. So as Warren Buffett says, if you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, then you will have to work throughout your life. So I am building systems which will help people make money even when they are literally sleeping. So I'll quickly continue and quickly say why people fail miserably in trading and in generally in life also, is because goals are only a component. Goals are only a component of becoming successful. If I have to give you, everybody who goes to Olympic wanted to win Olympic medal, but why is it that only some people are winning? That's because of their systems. So both winners as well as losers will have goals, but only winners have good systems. So how do you reach goals? That's a very important point, especially with this theme of our today's discussion, which is goals, plans, and systems. So couple of steps. I want all of you to make a note of this, and this is going to be the best goal setting and goal achieving section, which is capsuled into a very 2 to 3 minutes. The first one is ruthlessly eliminate your goals. Your goals compete each other. If you want to hit your goals, then eliminate your goals which are not important. You need to choose. So that is why I say it is not your goal setting, it is your goal selection that will help you reach your goals. Second is, you need to give your goals a place, time in the universe, right? I mean, so that is where I want, for example, if I want to say exercise for 20 minutes, I want to write this sentence, which is, during the next week or from January 1st till January 30th, I will at least do 20 minutes of exercise on January 1st to January 31st at 7 a.m. in my house, which is whatever. So when you do this, so the 3 important points here is day, time, and place, which means you are giving your goal the place for them to manifest. So otherwise they are not going to manifest. So that's another quick hack that I want to give you. The third hack is the habit stacking. I believe you spoke about this in our previous session, which is list down on one side all the things that you are anyhow doing. For example, I drink tea every day after I wake up. So I want to say immediately after I drink tea, I want to do a 1-minute meditation. So now what I've done is, after or before my current habit, which is already installed, I will install a new habit. So, and this is what I will be doing with the aspiring traders and investors in 2021 with my 5 days boot camp. So that's I'm really excited about the upcoming boot camp that I'll be doing, and I'm sure I've already helped 1,500 people with my boot camp, but this is a new version that I am personally looking forward to. So quickly, another one hack, Vivek, and one or two hacks, and I'll move on. So generally what we do is we say, I want to lose 10 kgs this month, but I want you to have the upper band also, which is, I want to lose 10 kgs but not 10 kgs. I want to lose 5 kgs but not 10 kgs. Okay, I want to trade in 3 stocks but not 10 stocks. I want to learn 2 books but not 5 books. So this is taking care of your psychology, of helping you reach your goals.
Wow, that's a wonderful one, man. I like
Thank
it.
you. Yeah.
Superb. Good. I think I'm sure our audience are loving the scientific and the real ways of we putting down the goals and systems, the GPS coordinates for their lives. Yeah, from the Fortune community. Anything else that you guys want to discuss? Shankar, do you have anything?
Ask.
Go ahead.
What are the compulsory yet realistic money goals for salaried and business class people?
Wow. Okay, you caught me off guard. Okay, I will try and give you a small story. Okay, father-in-law years ago. Okay, he has they have behind the house, they have a agricultural land, and there are a lot of trees, and he has to be away from the house for 4 years. So he's got 4 daughters-in-laws, 4 daughters-in-law. Okay, so what he does is he gives 4 seeds to each and every one of them. 4 seeds. Okay, saying that, hey, look, because everyone is are in a race that they need to get the keys of the treasure, and that's like a competition. And he says, I'm going to come back after 4 years. I'll give you 4 seeds. Let's see, depending on how you treat it, I'll come and hand over the prize to you. So what first daughter-in-law, what she did, she was very greedy. She was like, okay, if I leave it for 4 years, within 4 days it'll go away. So I'll just eat it so that I can tell I ate and I'm healthy. Second daughter-in-law almost does that. She says, instead of 4, I'll just eat 1. The 3 one, no, I will eat 1 every year. And the third daughter-in-law, what she says, this old man is trying to test my patience. I don't know what to do. I'll safely keep this seed so that no other daughters, none of my other co-sisters are going to pick it up. So she wraps it in a small pouch and she keeps it on top of a cupboard. Okay. The fourth daughter-in-law, what she does, she has a goal in mind, thinking that, hey, you know what? If I let this seed, the money rot, it'll rot. Instead, I will plant these seeds. Instead, I will invest these monies. Right? After 4 years, one seed became many trees, and each of those trees gave so many seeds, so it just grew. And that's where the power of compounding came in. Right? So just give this story just as a context to how goals can be made, right, in our minds. Now, coming to the money one, right? First of all, I'll be very quick, straightforward. Guys, financial independence goal is a must. What is a financial independence goal? It is not just your retirement goal, but once you retire, how financially independent you live until you're, let's say, 80, 90 years. Okay. Next is a life continuity goal. If at all something happens to you, how will your entire family be able to, withstand the stress and the loss of you without you being there? Okay, you need to have a life continuity goal. Next one would be obviously your children's marriage and children's education. I mean, it's a laughable thing right now, but I think it's the cost of going high and high. And you need to also have the fourth one you need to have is a goal for your health protection goal when you're 80 or 90, because no one covers you then. How will you keep that money aside? Right, that we talk about as the next one is the emergency fund. That's a sixth goal. See, can you imagine, just for the money you have 6 goals that I've already stated. Next, obviously, should be a goal which is for your own happiness, for your own retirement, right? How are we going to achieve this? See this, these are the seven must realistic goals that people have to have, even if you're salaried or if you're a business owner. You have to have this. When you have these goals and have the money, like you're planting the seeds according to each of these pockets, then you there's no way you'll never ever become financially independent, because financial independence will not be a choice then. It's a compulsory thing for you.
Wow. So goals are all fine. So do you have any idea for how to have systems and plans for us to execute that, because that's also very important, right? So what do you think from your perspective is the best way to go forward?
The moment you go to Google and say that, I need to have a financial goal, I need to have money goal, you get more than 1 billion results. First 2-3 pages you'll see on Google. You'll not even go to the 4th page. Yes or no? Correct?
Yeah.
These 2-3 pages only, there's at least 10 links. So 10 into 3, 30 links you'll see. The moment you open, you have advertisements. The moment you open up a YouTube video, you'll find one of the best, latest launch of a movie. So the goal of actually researching is gone. Okay, so those systems will not work. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I'm trying to say is, it's good to have knowledge, being aware of that, but work with your financial independence coach. Work with a financial coach to have these things. Assess your financial fitness. So, for example, one of the system I speak about, Satish, and I think Shankar, you are aware of it, is something called financial fitness score. One has to know what is their financial fitness score. It's similar to CIBIL score. Okay, I have devised this, and there is a perfect structure. All you have to do is just go to that particular analyzer. That analyzer will tell you scoring based on 35 parameters. That's one of the system. Okay, and a plan. I have a life continuity plan, a detailed plan that will take around 2-3 days. Okay, for you to actually fill it up. That's how detailed you'll get into. Next are the system that is available are various mobile apps that we have today to track your money, where your savings is going, where your FD is going, where your investments are going, right? Like these, there are so many systems, and don't get overwhelmed looking at so much available there, because it's only confusing. Because the confusion today's world, the problem is not lack of information, but there are too much of information. But a structured information and structured handholding is the number one system that will help you to plan and also achieve your goals.
Great.
Superb.
I'll just make a note of that. Great. That's very nice input from you, Vivek. So any last comments before we wind up from each one of you? Shankar, you can go ahead first. 30 seconds.
So I wish everybody a great, successful 2021. Leave back all the virus and other stuff in 2020. Become a viral success in 2021. So that's a message from me. From virus to viral.
Super. Great. All the very best to you as well, Shankar. Prema, you go next.
So as usual, I would say make health your priority and set a health goal and become a legend in 2021.
Nice. Rajat.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is that pass your gratitude to year 2020 and set the realistic goals.
Super. Well said.
In 2020.
You know what? I don't want to be using a wrong word on this live session, but I would say F 2020. Okay, and tell yourself that 2021 is mine, and no one can bloody take it away from me.
Forget 2020.
Yeah. Great. So for me, I think the message is this: that this year has been bad for many, but it has been good for a lot many also. So taking a page from the people that have done very well during these times, I think everyone needs to be open to the mindset that it's just a question of having the right mindset, open mind, and thinking in the right way and the right attitude. I think that's what is going to catapult people to the next level. Yeah.
Very true. Just to continue to what Satish was saying, that biggest lot of millionaires were happened in the crisis times. So over to you, Chetna.
Yeah, I think my last words is believe in yourself, have that unwavering faith within yourself, and put that extraordinary efforts to achieve your goals, what you have kept. And my gratitude to all the people who have come across in my life, and wishing you all a wonderful year 2021. We all of us are going to rock. Thank you.
Awesome. So we'll see you all next year.